Check, test, 1, 2. You are here with me today. So we have the community center gym coming up at 5 o'clock. We are currently doing a review for a book, as well as called The Taurus Run. It's interesting. It's a lot of action sequences, and we need to get more into the soliloquies, the silkiness of the fibers. It's not necessarily that. That's pretty much spot to spot. And then where we're looking at some point, so I might get something else to go get that. Don't ask me to interrupt myself, and you won't have a problem. Wahahahahaha. It wasn't that. It is 2.2 miles to the community center. It's probably 3 miles to the cultural arts place, and then we have the park, which we're probably going to forego and go down the other way. Second thought. Through the park, through the tunnel, over the shrine, through the shrine, over the hill, up Palm, through the neighborhood, down Broadway, workout. Let's try 30 sets. And we go to the community center for an hour and play maybe a game of pickup. And do a Foxborough at City. And we warm down on the way back, or get back here in time for nourishment at some point. You're gonna record for most of these anyways. Don't make too much of a deal out of this. Really? It just grows out again. Stretching, come out with me. I'm gonna tuck you away for a moment. Because when it's set, it's not going to be recording, and while we're doing it, there's a timer. Before we get all the way out here to do Don's Coach is talking to you today. We got some fitness tips and warm-ups. Mod, right? We have this package we're doing, and we're going to be accumulating our interest and going in. We've got foreign players in the field. We've got some Kenpo, some men's javelin, some women's MMA, and the amateur circuits getting televised. Channel is YouTube. We also watch some sports races, and we're moving. So Yu-Gi-Oh tournament happening at some point, and we are doing a multi-sports culture. It is not what wins the day, it is what it is. That's not the act. We're rolling, and look how cold it is outside. Like ice cream right next to the highway. Coming to you from Fresno, California. Oh yeah. Fun stuff saying it. How much would it be that out? Right. By the time you get there, it might not be time for it. How's it going today? We got water. We're moving. Hey Josh. I'm headed to the community center. Can I have somebody sign me out?
What's that?
I'm going to the community center. Can I have one of you guys sign me out?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. All right. See you later. All right. This one's out. We got this way up. And then we have the other direction that. How many people do you think I'd run into that are doing that? I would like to go through the park today at some point. But getting through the park to get there might take you longer to get there. If you go this way, you can probably get everything done anyway. So the objective primary is to recenter and focus. Right, so now we're going to do what? Not necessarily, but yes. No, I had to do that. Really? Yeah, let's get him going. Alright, me in the butt. Somebody else needs to do that eventually. You need to pace yourself. Alright, just so we know what we're talking about, and in lieu of having footage and video, we're gonna have this thing doing it too. This is not the net. We got Mr. Andy Reid in the house. Where's he going? We have books. I have books. We have books. This is why we do not work with people that don't do that. No. There's nowhere to play. Roll on. And then move on. Absolutely not. You need to quit trying to fucking punish me and get your fucking shit out because you're not moving.
Wait.
So metadata, track mitigation is a therapy. It's an occupation, right? Eventually, it just goes, look, it's all filled out, and everybody's doing it now. I'm good to go do nothing else. We're not watching any. We're doing music too, because obviously at this fucking point, you're just amusing yourself to go again, so it's not that. Welcome to the channel. Currently over on the highway, getting ready to cross over the on and off ramp on 99, north and south. Green light. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go again. I don't do this out. Really? You have to be playing already. There we go. Let's get a move on. Two. I'm not running for them. It's more of a health thing. All right. So that doesn't mean the office doesn't exist. That's not that. At some point, yes, there's an active war zone. We have a ghost artist whom we sponsor. His name is RT. Pound sound, RT. His latest pieces, we're looking at the Ukraine-Russian conflict. And we got a lot of sports. So that's what we're working on. He puts more of that up in there. Excuse me. Via software. And we do have a tech guy that develops software too. Propagations, field therapy. We don't have cars on either side of us. Really? No. To a certain point, it's just not doing it. Space. Right. You assume most of this stuff is happening upstate, or on the surface, but radioactive therapy, you're watching all the windows open and close, you're getting distortion from where you're getting signal flares from like different organisms and entities using like kinetic principles and vectors and things like that, and that's where you get your twinkle from, and then you get like distortion. We have our guys going up in space at some point. And game time. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Did you know Taylor Swift is getting married? Did it. And also, I have a media company which does content curation, so after they get all set up and ready to go on the stage, you have to go get them a nicer handbasket after a certain point, because we're not in the same place we were when we started, right? And today's a day. So, fitness, fun, running, going. I get ghosts in and out of this motherfucker all day. Nobody says anything though, so it's just that again. So, they're not getting that if they're stopping the camera. I'm gonna tell you that now. The sign says not us that. on. So Space Force in the house. Now that we discussed it, but we do have our very own propagation. What's the avenue? Wow, this is that. Woo. We're just gonna do this out of town from now on. I'm thinking about it. Just take the nice big section of that. They also run concurrently. Should probably keep talking to you. This is kind of mesmerizing and fun, like chasing the high of running, coming in, dropping out of the hill, up Belmont, going into Palm. Fun stuff, right? Toyo. I'm gonna give me some froyo. Wow! I get that. Where my athletes at, man? Propagating a field. Resting membrane potential. So how energy transfer in the body works is you have where you get your bonding sites, and then the more bonds you release is the more potential for like destruction or release, maintenance techniques, therapy, like an assisted lift in somebody else's avenue, favor, or in lieu of. And the more bonds you release, the more energy you could potentially manipulate. Right. So we're doing a numbered energy release technique where most plants is like 6 sides to a glucose cell, right? And then you would have to have like radioactive therapy wise. I know they compete in these practices. Like probably you look at like the UAE, but get a higher like atmospheric mod like principle, and then you would do multiple layers and ends going into like just your initial cell and your structure that's underlying, which means mechanically it does work. You might feel a little bit heavy, but that's good. It's more dense, right? And then you have to release the bonding side eventually, right, as you're transferring through your mitochondria. And remember to propagate the field and yourself as you're going through it. And today we're realizing that some people can't because it's really hard to get out there and go move again, keep everything in track. Maybe working on something else. Maybe just not that to that. But something like a 10-to-1 exchange is nice. Right. We had Aftermath out for a while. They're constantly buying tickets to go ride in the caboose. Eventually we got them one of those little train cars, a little putty up out. Looks like a seesaw. I forget what those are called. But when that happens, that's that. And then we're running out to go look at somebody else today because, to be honest, we got a lot of meta, a lot of artificial intelligences. One of the longest running practices in the game at the moment. And then the name itself is a few hundred years old at least. So we get our sheathing technique, we get a plant, and then we get the recombinant function as they're going through to go look at stuff again. And this is all in-house brewed and made and ready to go. What is also funny about it, it doesn't really have biblical prevalence or precedent because it's just too much set out. Which means what? We are winning the game today. Score for the home team. Where my people's at? Hey, they're cheering. Put it up out. Oh, don't play that out. Whew. Going again. There it is again. Whew, Mr. Gates. His daughter is Phi, F-Y-E, which means what? I'm gonna fill it out. Oh man. Okay, go get this set up. Fun stuff to think about in between is usually either maintenance or it's prep for the next event. Right. We offer these. A bevy of experiences are aplenty citywide. Therapy for it. Black guy out. Got another international backcourt diploma, and we've just come out of City College. Our working pieces and components should still be the same in essence and in principle. How is that tout that? People in the office down at City Center, phenomenal job, right? Keeping up with it to go. Says it's like it's cultured here and we're gonna make a change. I'm in it here. I'm gonna tell you this exactly because Tyler don't take no fucky, and fucky couldn't get over there anyways because, to be honest, I get it out. If you couldn't find a piece of metal and all that, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not that. Alright, we're going straight to the community center. Still have enough time to sit and relax, get all rested up. Maybe go do some walking stretches in the field before we get started. Some pickup, put you down for a bit, and we're going again. Nope, I'll play that out. How's it going today? Not really that screen, pretty possessed, big ass bear and his jaw, because it says that and ours that. Usually over utility. After a certain point, you don't have to stop. We're rolling the field out anyways. We'll go remember to put you up. Right. Roll it out. That's hold sit. Watch it again. Really? I'll go there eventually one of these days. Rolling. Go ahead again. Doesn't have a pilot, and he's not gonna lie to you. If I put your ass in that seat, that thing is done. Got his own mission directives. Dude. For those of you tuning into the channel a little bit late, we have a couple different things we're doing. We have Vector Fest we're currently putting together. It's all your favorite stuffs, movements, sports, right? Gameplay, technique, etc. We're also doing the actual facilitation of fitness in that area as well, not just getting it down. So say that out, and then we're gonna slow it down, get these fundamentals in. You need to break it down piece for piece, component for component, and then we're getting into actual facilitated gameplay where everything comes together as a community, and then we might get like a game board with like 80 different kinds of input, right? Fun stuff. Working on adapting the Iron Man costume for more of a versatile fit, something reminiscent of the Juggernaut, as we support the head to shoulder girdle, right, in your clavicle, that kind of movement and support and stability going up against like much larger beings and entities because of the way space in the field is propagated. I'm gonna go look at like neurons and things like that as I'm thinking about not having a data fear. Eventually is where you are today. So if you keep moving it up, you might see what you need to go see. You might get to be it. At the end of the day, we are playing sports, so I might like to see you again. All right, we have a consulting position that we are going to go and do applications for, where it might be interesting to have that. We have tons of input. We got 13 million people in the field at some point. Just fun stuff. We have China in the backyard. We got Russia up top. And we get Africa over on the other side of it. All right. There's India as well that we're watching from some time last year. I don't want to bring this up in this order. It's a lot of movement and kinetics. But yeah, watching that person. This lady climbed up to go win a gold for her country. She's really proud of herself for doing that. Meantime, we had the Chiefs in the Super Bowl alongside the Eagles. We actually took the trophy. That didn't make sense for a reason. We're going and going again. We're doing science. We have a number of Harvard students out in the field working on various groundbreaking techniques, necessarily in that order. We have a number of other athletes. A buddy of mine, B. Hall, just boxing. We have the come-up kid, Mr. Simpson, going and doing his MMA. I'm doing multi-sports, watching all of the different avenues come together as we're just maintaining and enjoying the enjoy that was made to be enjoyed. Don't play that out. We watched each. Fun stuff. Coming up in the tower. Fun stuff. Right. Let's tighten this switch up. Again, we're just gonna enjoy these. Really, yeah, after a while it just has to enjoy it anyways. Various conflicts of interest needs to be mitigated. Usually just flash and go around again, which means what? At the end of the day, it's all fun and games, right? Until someone has an eye out. Moving. We had the Shark Tank in here for a while. Fun stuff. Say my name. Arthur, the tennis champion with the fancy footwork. Arthur, the football star. We got Arthur, the soccer star. We got Arthur, King Arthur, the knights and the lore. We've got Arthur of the upbringing of a German or European, Western European legend and lore. Occupational structures like infrastructure and things like that. Right, and we have Arthur the musician. It's just keeping you amused most of the time, in case you're wondering. That's just to do that. Riches should be fine. Right, so I should pass it out and then go again. Right, eventually we have techniques and propagation. And coming up on the last leg of our run to the community center. Had to modify our workout. Chew up out of here. We'll go complete these another day until someone's about. You're listening. What about dishes in the sink? In case you have. What are we eating today? I got something to go. All right. We also have WNBA. We're watching Angel Reese go up against Mrs. Clark. Superwoman versus the Angel, right? And she likes peanut butter candies. It's actually, right, looking at formation of temporal dissociation structures. So what we're looking at is you have a latent effect or ability that is usually called an action or desired on multiple parts, and then we're building the chain to branch in between them. You go say, right, this is what a Reese Clark baby would look like, and I get to package them up and eat them like Care Bears or like Easter Bunny chocolate candies, right? Chocolat. We got a scope. A scope. The fuck is a scope? Language, buddy. This is not for the faint of heart. There's kids eventually. Got 10 plus years of experience in the field as far as maintaining the effect is putting together workouts, executing the workout, timing out diet, facilitating the different changes based on your food responses. We're getting more fine-tuned and in-depth as we're going along. It's more of you're looking at sports-wise for racing, like you go from stock cars to F1, where everything's like refined and purpose-built to just function and like perform in that avenue. Recently looked at bacteria cultures and how the effects of the field and the different solids and solutions permeate, right? And then the development of like structures. There's like, you would say homologous if it's all in the same culture, and you get like cross-culture breeding and references, things like that, and then dialing in, which is pretty unique as far as our field is concerned because of the number or level of B-scores that we have, right? It's distortions. Mr. Bill gets a bill, right? Mr. Check, a belly, he's laughing. I eat all of those. They don't know where it is today. And we're going to chase a sneeze. From having it set outside, there's a sheath or shell. There's a very finite space to where the field is able to be propagated, and then you get your different actions and properties happening as a result from shifting and the formulation of like that life property is the result of like some kind of like attribution on behalf of another entity who is host. At the moment, we maintain the structures and then get into like battery function and things like that because sometimes things are nice, saving things, storage of data, transferring storage in a file, and then we get into movement and porting from one end of the medium to the next. So it might be something along the lines of like a hard drive or storage, like technology today, cloud storage, fun stuff. We also have, what we're looking at is a failure to comply, developing these structures that are very purpose-built and specific, and at the same time, it's just not to that because most of the time it's mismanaged. I don't like your hands on me after a certain point. You don't have the right to oppress people. They're all born free. Watching our sports, going in again, conversation topics, Moving, moving, moving. +10 years away. So lesser beings are coming to the door to talk, and they're starting to develop technology, software, religious precedents, sections of things to go talk about. Last few 100 feet up to the entrance of Mr. Ted C. Wills. The community center, you know, is here. Got a lot of different events and things going on. They got coloring, they got sports, they have holiday festivities. There's a senior center. It's right in your backyard. You know, you get out of school sometimes and you just kind of run out of stuff to do. And then there's other avenues and places to be. Eventually, it's nice stuff. Tastes like ass. I don't like it. Yeah, they just put me. Yeah, you should get that. They're just bending the brakes most of the time. In case you were wondering, welcome to the channel.